Enable ArcGraphic to receive geometry property. In exercise 7, I have a ArcGraphic that's render marker, and I need to pass to it geometry property. Let's check the exercise 7. Here, after I ran the exercise, I got this map rendered with this graphic. So let's check the code. Here in the exercise, inside the app, I will find a arc map view and ArcGraphicsLayer, and here my ArcGraphic component. For this component, I need a add property called geometry, which we will receive it and pass it for our graphic here. So to do that, we need a function that will create for us this geometry first. So to create that, we will not create that inside the ArcGIS component folder. We will create it in Arc SDK. But the point, we need to export that to the app here. For we will not use, we need one access point that the user can export all the utilities and everything through it. We don't want the user to import from ArcGIS component and other component or function from ArcGIS SDK. So for this, I will create a new folder, and I will call this folder like ArcGIS React Kit. So I will inside the source folder, I will create a folder, and this folder will call ArcGIS-React Kit. I need to move both. For this also, this folder, this new folder, I will create access point, which I will export needed modules through it. I need right now to move both of ArcGIS component and ArcGIS SDK to my new folder. So click here and choose reveal in folder explorer, and I will cut both folders and paste them inside my new folder. Maybe you will get like this message, so to pass it or to move your folders, just close Visual Studio Code and open it again. Okay, nice. Now we created our new folder. I need in this file to export all used components we need. So I use mainly 3 components. They came from ArcGIS component. I will save that, and I will update my app also with the new name of the folder. So React React ArcGIS React Kit. I will save all those changes and run my application again. Let's move to the browser and check the results. Yeah, my application worked normally again. So right now I need to create the point geometry that I will pass it for ArcGraphic. To do that, inside ArcGIS SDK, I will create a folder for all geometries. This folder will call geometry. Inside this geometry, there is access point to call a file called index.ts, and I will create a function called create a point. So I will create a file for it. This function is really simple. I will just import the point from ArcGIS core, and this function will receive point properties and will return a new instance of point that I will pass for it the point properties. So I will save that. Don't forget to export it through the access point of geometry and export it through the access point of the ArcGIS SDK. So I will export my function create point through this file. So we will back again to the index or the access point of React Kit, and also export my point here. So I will export my point from the SDK. That's it. Save, and let's use that in my app. Inside my application component, I will create my point. So it is a constant called point, and I send my properties. I just need to import my function. I will pass this point for the ArcGraphic through geometry property. So let's press F12 on this component, and I need to add the graphic props for my component. So I will come here and create the props graphic properties, and through the --esri interface I will assign this type for it. In the beginning of the function, I will structure geometry property and assign it to my graphic here. No need to write point or geometry, because in ECMAScript 6 we can just write, no need to duplicate the name of the property inside the object. And right now there is no need for this point. We will remove it and remove the import related to it. I will save my file, and I will back again to the app and check geometry as a property, and I will find it. I will pass for it the point, and that's it. Now let's back to the browser, refresh my code, and you will find the example work normally.